everybody. Welcome to In the Hot Seat. I'm Heidi Waldusky. I'm the Associate Publisher of Ad Age. I'm here with Paul Bellantone, the President and CEO of PPAI. Hi, Paul.
Welcome to
In
Las
the Hot
Vegas.
Seat. Thank you.
It's good to have Ad Age with us again here.
It's good to be here. I love a little Las Vegas for me. And I'm loving this show, Paul. This is the first time I've ever been to this PPAI Expo. Like, holy moly.
Holy moly is the right word. I think that's going to be next year's tagline. The PPAI Expo, holy moly.
I love it.
That's
TM,
it.
you guys heard it here first. So what's happening at the show this year? Like, what are some of the biggest trends and shifts you're seeing?
Well, what's happening here is it's an industry coming together. It's not only just a trade show, but it's actually our industry's convention too. So it's where business partners meet for the first time. It's where relationships are cultivated, networking happens. So that's what happened tactically, what's happening here. On the show floor itself, we're just watching our suppliers and our distributors come together to meet the needs of advertisers. And that's really what they're trying to do. Our industry is about putting brands on physical, tangible products. And we're watching that happen throughout the show floor.
I mean, there's no shortage of innovation, new ways of doing things. And so when we're thinking about the role of promotional product, especially for the advertiser, what role is that really playing in their toolbox? Is it awareness? Is it conversion? Is it loyalty?
Actually, it's all of those things.
I
So
knew
if
you
you
were
look
gonna
at,
say that.
you threw me a softball and you knew I was going to take it. When you think about promotional products, we've actually been around as an industry for hundreds of years. The technology that you're seeing and the innovation has been there all the way. It's been there throughout and it's picking up speed, but we've had to remain relevant and timely no matter what era we were in and what decade we were in. What we're seeing right now is technology in three different ways. We're seeing technology in how companies are ordering their promotional products. It's become much more seamless of a process to do that. We're seeing technology actually inside the products as a way to track behavior and track the success of the product. And then we're also seeing a lot of really cool technology products, right? For all of those phones and digital things that we have, they all have cases and we have the backpacks that carry them. So we're seeing technology being woven through. We're also hearing a lot about sustainability and eco. The reality is that we follow consumer trends. And when the consumer trends dictate that people want to do business a certain way or that they want to carry a certain type of product, we make sure that we're there to meet that need. And in a lot of ways, our industry is actually leading that.
I was just going to say, because you're not just guessing. I mean, PPAI has been doing research for over 65 years. I mean, troves of research.
Yes.
What is the data telling you right now that you're seeing?
The data is telling us that no matter how long we've been here, we're still growing faster than other media. Last year, we grew at 5%. So that's twice GDP. What we're finding is that the more advertisers are using digital, the more different ways they're going into the market. They're looking for something like a promotional product to put in somebody's hands where somebody gets to say thank you and you actually have a relationship.
I love that.
I admit it, sometimes I'll watch a commercial all the way through on my phone, but I don't say thank you to it. And I don't run around and show it to somebody else.
That's weird.
But my promotional products, I do that with.
Because what you have really said is it is about behavior.
It's about affecting behavior.
And it's this great concept. And so when done well, what does that look like beyond the thank you? What does that look like for the relationship between the marketer and the consumer?
Well, to affect behavior in our industry, you actually have to do two things. You have to give a product that actually means something to the recipient, because if they don't keep it, if they don't want to carry it, if they don't have some kind of relationship with the brand, they're not going to carry that product. So when it's done well, the consumer, the recipient of it, feels good about having it. They have that sense of ownership. And then the advertiser actually knows that they're going to have their brand seen with them in a fond way. I would never keep a coffee mug every morning if it was a brand on there that I didn't like.
That's true.
But if somebody met my need and they knew it was important to me and I had that coffee mug, every day I'm going to have a good feeling about both the brand and maybe even make my coffee a little better.
So you once said it's not about finding consumers for your product. It's about creating products for your consumers. Is that still true?
Absolutely. Even though we're on the front end and on the cutting edge on a lot of our products, it has to be something that you know that the consumer will want. So what we do, and our suppliers are doing it really well, is they're following the trends. They're out there, they're helping create the trends, but then they're transferring them and selling them into corporate America to be given out. So think about it. You wouldn't take a product from somebody that you wouldn't keep the product anyway, right? The beauty of promotional products is they're useful. So find out what people need, find out what they use. We have the products that actually meet that need.
So we've been obviously walking the floor today, and a lot of what we're seeing also is some fun, I don't know if travel's the right word, but I'm seeing a lot of things that I would just buy as a regular consumer. Is travel a recent trend? Is that something that's been growing for you guys?
Travel has been with us for years, and it's always been one of our larger categories. But I think these days it fits under an even broader category of lifestyle. You know, people are clinging to experience, not necessarily things. So our suppliers in our industry have stepped up to that, and they've created promotional products that actually meet and become part of people's active lifestyle. So yes, it's travel, but it's also the backpacks that people are carrying. It's anything that creates experience and more of a lifestyle product than just maybe something that would be sitting on a desk.
I know, I feel like I could go camping, hiking,
You absolutely
rappelling.
can. We have Coleman and so many of these other companies right here on the show floor, so absolutely.
So talk to me about that, because there are a lot of major retail brand names here. So you mentioned Coleman, you know, we're seeing Nike, we're seeing Carhartt, we're seeing, you know, FedEx is over here. So there's just a lot of household names too, but also there's a large entrepreneurial spirit here, it seems like, as well.
It's the beauty of this industry, because you have the major brands because they recognize the value of this audience, but we also have so many entrepreneurs. If somebody comes up with a product and they recognize that it can carry a logo and they think that people will respond well to it, so they bring it to this show. So in a lot of booths, you'll see products from a number of different companies. And then in some booths, you'll see a smaller booth and it's just somebody who's invented something.
Ooh,
and they
like
want to
that.
bring it to market. And to me, that's what's exciting about running a trade association, because we have really large companies that are members and we have really small companies. And sometimes I actually have an affinity for the smaller ones because I can actually help them be successful. Very little I'm going to do for Nike today. But
They don't need a lot of help,
But I
probably.
think in terms of these small companies, if I can get them an audience, I think that we have a victory there.
I've heard you mention before that when you're thinking about products and promotional products specifically, there's something for all of the senses.
There is. We can find promotional products that with taste and smell and sound and sight and touch. But I'm most interested right now in taste. I think I'm going to hit the show floor and I'm going to look for our food booths.
What's out there?
We do. I see everything from cupcakes. I know we have chocolates. I know we have fine chocolates. We actually have wines and champagnes.
Really?
As well, in etched bottles. So we have it all covered.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us today, Paul.
This has been delightful. Thank you
This is
for being
wonderful.
with us.
There's so much more to see. We're going to go check it out even more after we're finished chatting with you. Thank you so much to everyone for tuning into In the Hot Seat. To learn more about PPAI, head to ppai.org. You can find troves of their extensive research at ppai.org/research, and you can catch more of conversations we've had with Paul on adage.com. Thanks again for joining us. We'll see you next time.